Hello and welcome back to Factorio C Block. In our last episode, we explored some of the various petrochem steam cracking processes here. 4 out of, I think, 6 that we have in total. Let's see here. Yes, 6 we have in total. Making various gases, methanol gas, propene gas, ethylene gas, and benzene gas, as well as some of this residual gas as a byproduct. And we have one more to do for the steam cracking, and then we unlocked also lubricant, which did finish. And as part of that, I want to also do plastic, because I think what we're going to do today is kind of, in a way, finish up what we have right now with petrochem. I'm just finding a spot here to put this on. And that may not be the right one, but it's a spot. And then we'll set this up, which is the catalytic cracking of naphtha to propene. Actually, I did one. What's the other one that I didn't do? Oh, this one. Wait a minute, which one did I do that isn't included in this? Nope, I lied. That's all of them. There are 6 here. We did 4 of them. We have 1 to do, and then we have 1 that we can't do yet, which because it requires a green metal catalyst, which is why I think we're going to finish up what we have for petrochem today, and then we're going to move into the ability to make those next week. So plastic just finished, by the way. Let's turn this one on. Whether this is the right spot or not, we will figure that out in just a moment. Let's see. This naphtha I need to bring down on a pipe. I did grab a bunch of pipes, so we don't have to worry about that anymore, because that was a big problem before. Let's clear that flashy thing there. And let's do this, I think, right there. Nice. And then you can go all the way there. And I think you're going to have to go here. Excuse me, coming through. Excuse me, pardon me, coming through. And that brings me all the way down to here. And let's just go right there. Actually, that's disturbingly good. Maybe, hopefully, we'll see. Let's do this, and then we'll bring this down to there. And this down to there. You continue on down to here. And that one. And then also we need to have this connected up. That'll make naphtha. Then this can go there, I think. Yeah. And this only produces the one thing. The propene gas. No, wait, this produces propene. I don't need a tank for this. Right, the tank is for something else. Propene is going where? Get back here? Okay, let's do that then. Also, actually, that's okay, because I'm not going to use those outputs. So that'll work out okay. And then we'll bring you down to here. I'm going to leave that in like that, because why not? Squeak through, right? Right. Now let's do this. And then I will put one of those in the middle. And that'll get us this if we had the red metal catalyst, which we, of course, do not. So for this, we could plan this a couple of different ways. The first way is to... well, we need a machine to make these in. The first thing would be to just set them up and have them maybe running down this way, back and forth. And I think that's the way I'm going to do it. Or the first way, rather, is to set them up and just for this one machine. But if we want to be predictive and assume that we're going to have to do more later with this process, which we probably will, that is, add more crackers, then we probably will want to have this be done differently. So let's go into, where the heck is there it is, red metal catalyst here. And these will use the frames at a 1-to-1 rate, so there's never any waste, unlike with some of the other things we've looked at. So once we feed in enough carriers, frames, effectively, then we no longer need any more. So we can just make, I don't know, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 10, because they make in stacks of 10. 50 should be plenty, I would hope. Let's do a couple of things. That might not be where I want this, but you'll go here. You'll come back. I think I want to put a box in here, just for posterity's sake. So let's do an outserter here, an inserter here, an inserter there with a pickup tile position there. Put a box in here like this, and then you can come over here like that. You? Oh, I had one of those. Where am I getting these odd numbered of those from? And then this will go into here. Let's do it up here though, and then out from there, and we'll do a double reach for that one. And then that will go like this. I'll put the empty frames in here, and those will go into there, of course. And then I also want to have a box over here to put some of this iron and copper in, because that's what's needed to make the catalyst with the frame. Let's see, you gotta have one of these power poles, which isn't the best place for it, but for now I think it's fine enough. And that will make some more of the propene. And the reason we want to make so much propene is because of plastic. Plastic uses propene, which means we want to make it from everything we can. So some from the naphtha, some from the... I forget which thing this is coming from. Methanol propene. So that way we are using it from both the gas process that's back here, as well as the oil process that's here from the crude oil, and then also from the raw gas. So we're getting both, and that's what we want to have. And then so now we have two things that we can still do. One of those is what we unlocked the last time, which was lubricant. That was here, and that's made in a chemical plant. Uses base mineral oil and residual gas. So there's one use for residual gas to make lubricant. So let's get a chemical plant. I made one to have ready for this. Let's put that right there for now, at least. Batteries. Here's lubricant. Lots of other things here that we've made most of over time. Not all of, but most of. And then those things for later. What is that? Oh, that's artificial fish water. Yeah, we made that too. Lubricant. So we'll have this here. I'm just going to put a power pole there, whether, again, that's where this belongs or not is going to be up for a decision later. We'll bring in two pipes here. One of the base mineral oil and one of the residual gas. And that will come down from way, way, way down here. Oh no, I put these in the same row. Oh no. I goofed that up. Well, methanol is getting pulled out of this. This needs to be slid up by one. We almost have it empty, so I'm just going to make it empty by pushing it up there, and it's close enough. I mean, at least I hope that I didn't. Yeah, I didn't. Okay, good. That way I don't have a problem later. And we're going to do this here. It was nearly empty. A few hundred isn't going to make anybody's day, so let's just do it that way. This way, this way. Lots and lots and lots of pipes. And then you can come all the way down to... This should be fine. At least in theory. There. And then this one will come down... Well, you can come down to there. And then this one will come down to the residual oil... Residual gas, which is here. And we can bring this in here. There-ish is good. That is good. This is good. And one of these. And that should kick that off right away. And then we needed this this tank here for the lubricant. Let's put it on this line. So... There. I think. Yep. That's good. It's a good spot. I don't know why that bot didn't build it, but that's okay. You and you. And that'll get us just a little bit of lubricant getting made as well. Again, just to prove how it's made, for lack of a better word. And yeah, we're just going to save up a crap ton of all of these fluids. So this is processing. It's already used a bunch, but then it's probably going to be a while before it actually uses up too much of this. Plus, it uses only 1 copper and 1 iron for every 10 catalysts. And for this, they only need 1 catalyst per process. So it lasts a long time. And I thought I would have enough space here. I added some more landfill, but of course I don't. Let's just make this bigger. A little bit. We're almost done. We just have one more thing to do here. And that, of course, is the plastic. I missed. There we go. And the plastic is made in a liquefier. So we have one of those made as well. And we're just going to do one, once again, just to, again, prove out the point of how this is done. I'm just going to do that for right now and set that recipe. That's made from, propene. And it makes 10 plastic every 2 seconds with a crafting speed of 1.5. So 15 every 2 seconds. And it's going to need 60 propene every 2 seconds as well. But here we're making 100 propene every 4 times 1. So that's 50. So it's almost enough. And then if you add in the propene we're making down here, maybe that is enough of this gas. Because we're using all the methanol. But if we weren't using all the methanol, it would be another 80 every 2 seconds. times 1. So we have plenty of the propane, probably have plenty of the propane. Plus, this has got 31,000 in it, so it'll last a few minutes. While we're there, let's take this pipe some more. I think we'll just go right there. And then we'll come this way a bit. Let's push it. That's fine. That should be fine. And then we'll go from there to there. Since this produces 15 every 2 seconds. And one of... didn't make one of those for that either. One of these, which is how we make it. Because if you remember way, way back, we made plastic a couple of different ways. Way, way, way back. We made some of it here using cellulose acetate and acetone gas. We made some of it here using liquid plastic and acetone, or sorry, plastic from the trees and acetone gas. But this time we're making it simply from propene. Also, I need to move that up some because it's not in the right spot. Nope. There, please. Probably should have made this up higher so that this wasn't down here, but I'm not bothered by it. Like I said, this is probably not permanent location. Let's do this. And then I need that other machine. Right, other machine here. And this will use, or this will make the plastic. God knows where it is. It's probably in that tab, but... wait. Wasn't this how we made the plastic bars? Oh, it needs to be a yellow machine. I have some of those. I think it's here. It is there. It's all the same recipe when you get to this point, but until this point, it's not. And this will make, this will take 40 every 2 seconds times 0.75, so 30 every 2 seconds. And this is producing 15 every 2 seconds. So technically, 2 of these to 1 of these. And so what I want to do for that is just plan ahead a little bit, put this a little bit offset, and connect it up with pipes like this. That way, when we add one of these in, we can just tie it into that, and it'll be a correct ratio of 15 every 2. There's the 1.5 speed, and then using 30 every 2 because of the 0.75 speed. So 15 is 30, yes. And then from there we do the simple same type of thing we did before over here with this, doing the corner grabbed like this, and I'm just going to rotate that one to go up. You can do that, that's fine. And then we'll grab this to there, and back to there, and then up here. And that'll be good as well. We tie this in, just like... oh, that wasn't what I wanted. This goes in here. Build play spots. And then we have plastic getting made. And then you need to go this way. And then we have plastic being made. This box isn't limited. I'm okay with that. You know, we could probably just do another one of these. I'm going to have to make one. At least that way we have it set up to ratio here. And I'm just going to do that, and then I'm going to do one of these. And that'll work. So that kind of finishes up, I think, what we can do for Petrochem right now. But let's take a look at the tech tree and just kind of verify what we have left available to click on here. Electric boilers, they seem to be useful for something. I guess they use electricity to produce steam rather than burning fuels of some kind. So if we have a need for steam, we can do that. Eventually, it looks like we'll need it for water chemistry, but for right now, I'm going to leave it alone. Heat pipes, we'll need that if we need to use, once we need to use heat as a mechanic. Right now, we don't need it, but we'll eventually need it for some of these other things, perhaps. So we can unlock that at some point. Electric engines. We could do these now anytime. We have lubricant, we have electronic circuits, we have engine units, so we could do electric engines at any time. The biggest use for these for me at this stage of the game is going to be for bots, but bots need to eventually have, at least one kind of bots, need to have red circuits here somewhere. No, they need these robot brains, robot tools, and I think those require some of the red circuit stuff. So I don't feel like I want to do electric engines yet. The only other thing is power armor and then exoskeleton equipment, but these also will require red circuits, and we're not there yet. Power armor, I think, does too. Yeah. So I'm not going to do red circuit. I'm not going to do electric engines yet because I just don't feel the need for them because of what because we can't really get far without red circuits or advanced circuit components that we haven't set up yet. And we'll see about that in a minute. Charcoal processing 3. Looks like we'll need that for something way down the line, sodium processing. But right now we don't need it. We'll unlock it at some point and we'll just take note of it. But for right now we don't need it. Sulfur processing 2. Looks like we might be able to use this, but not until really blue science. We have a sulfur processing 3 here. Also, sulfur dioxide synthesis from calcium sulfate. Hydrofluoric acid synthesis, hydrogen fluoride gas separation, and then whatever this one is here that gives us... and this needs green metal catalyst, hydrogen fluoride dissolving, and catalytic cracking of acid gas. Now that one we could potentially use, because we do have acid gas we need to deal with, and that might give us something we can use, hydrogen sulfide gas, hydrogen fluoride gas, maybe, but we have to get the green metal catalysts first. So also remember that. Wood processing, turning cellulose into wood. I don't know why we'd want that, but I guess maybe it's for some reason we would. I don't know. We can unlock it. It leads nowhere, apparently. But if we want to unlock it just to get rid of it, we can do that at some point. Chlorine processing. We'll need this for some other stuff. It looks like one other technology here in a pre-blue science, as well as some double greens. But for now, we don't need it. So let's wait on that. Resin 1 is something that I thought about. But when you trace where these materials come from, we also need green metal catalysts on the formaldehyde side. Urea is fine. We can make that now. So, and I did this before the episode just so I wouldn't have to hunt for it here. But formaldehyde, we need to have green metal catalysts as well. So again, add to that note. Rocket boosters, we'll need those eventually, it looks like, for other things. But for right now, I'm not going to jump into it and figure out what we need them for because apparently we don't need them yet. Flammables, we'll need those for other things, but not until blue science. So again, we'll clean those up at some point. Powder refining, that's actually something we're going to take a look at in the coming several episodes. Advanced material processing, we're going to unlock this and a couple of these as well. I think they're required for something we're going to do very soon, but we're going to get those and just tick them off because all they are is just steel furnaces and then some variations on the steel furnace. A fluid burner, a filtering furnace, and then a fluid burning filtering furnace. So we'll have those for later. Lasers, most of this has been taken out of the game by Pacifist, the Pacifist mod, but for some reason the personal laser defense, because it's used in the bots, the companion bots, even though they don't need it either because they're doing, that's the only reason to have those lasers is to fight the enemies. So that's probably something that Pacifists could remove if Derpumu wanted to support it. I don't feel like he needs to, but if he wanted to, he could remove this and then remove that chain as well. Walls, I think because walls are used in some recipes, he left anything that was wall related in and gate related into. I guess gates are good if you want to maybe make a rail crossing. So maybe that's why the gates are left in and therefore walls are left in. Either way, we can unlock those randomly at some point. Cliff explosives are nil on C block, or at least on my map settings, but this could be useful. The blasting charges that remove the landfill to return it back to water, at least for appearance purposes. And then we have a few technologies, oil processing of plants we'll want to take a look at. These arboretums, which we passed on a while back, we'll want to take another look at. And then we kind of get into, okay, what of these unlock these other things down here? And I'm not going to go through all of those, but looking at all of this, that's why I think we're done with Petrochem, with the exception, again, of green metal catalysts. Done with Petrochem for the moment, with the exception of green metal catalysts. So if we go back into green metal catalysts, not there, here, there, and here, they need aluminium, and silver ore, both of which we cannot make yet because of the way we have our ore processing configured. And so if we go in here and we do some of these different recipes, specifically these chunk sortings, if you look through these, we will see aluminium and zinc, silver, aluminium again, and silver again. What was the other thing I said? Aluminium and what? Silver? Did I say silver? Yes. So that's how we need to get the ability to make green metal catalysts. And so what we're going to do is we're going to leave petrochem behind for a little while. And we're going to go back into the ore refining process, and we're going to integrate all 6 of these into the build we already have, which is going to be a bit complicated, which is why I'm just telling you about it now, but we're not going to do it right now. And we're going to have a bit of work to do to rearrange all of this. And then while we're over here doing this, we might as well take another dig at the smelting process as well, or the smelting chain processes, because there's a whole host of those coming up very, very soon as well. So we're going to do that, and that's going to take us a few episodes. And that's with blueprints that I have in process, completed or in process already. It's going to take us a bit of time to get that completed, and then we will see what comes after that. But for now, we're going to leave this here as the kind of pin in the petrochem discovery processes here, and we'll come back when we have the ability to use some of these fluids in some other manufacturing elsewhere in the base, possibly expand the production of that particular fluid or more of the fluids, and we'll see what kind of that leads to. But for now, we're going to leave this here, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye for now.